This is a basic guide to fin plug repair. What you will need is your Ocean and Earth repair kit, sandpaper of 80, 120 and 320 grit, a fin plug, scissors and a razor blade. Begin by removing your broken fin plug and making sure the area and internally is dry and free from all foreign substances. Prep the damaged area with 80 grit sandpaper, roughing out the region and wide of it. Make sure to surround the plug with tape in order to keep any excess Q-cell filler from running anywhere. Once this is done, you are ready to create a Q-cell mix to set your fin plug in. You will then proceed to follow the instructions in the Ocean and Earth repair kit on how to mix the Q-cell filler mix. You are now ready to fill the hole with the mix . And then insert the fin plug with the fin in it into place, screwing the fin into the existing and uncompromised plug to ensure proper alignment and placement. Once all is in place, you may want to use some tape to further hold both the plug and fin in place and keeping downward pressure to assure a deep set. You will then leave this for approximately half an hour to set, and as instructed in the Ocean and Earth repair kit instructions. Once set, you will be able to remove the fin and begin to sand down the plug until it is flush with the board using your 80 grit sandpaper. Now that the plug is flush, you then have the option to cover the plug and surrounding area with a patch to add extra strength and level out any uneven or damaged spots around the fin plug if applicable. If you do decide to do a patch, you will begin by sanding the surrounding area of the plug and any low or damaged spots in order to give the resin a rougher surface to bind to. Once roughed out, you can get some fiberglass cloth out of your repair kit and cut it down to a reasonable size to cover your sanded area. Double check you have taped up your fin properly so that there is no way resin can get in. It helps to tape wider than your fiberglass cloth patch in order to minimize the edge that the resin will leave once set. This will make sanding easier and quicker later. Once all is taped up, you'll be ready to mix some resin and make sure your pre-cut and appropriately sized cloth is on hand and ready. Following the instructions in your Ocean and Earth repair kit, mixing some resin and proceeding to wet out the area you taped up. Once your resin is wet out and has a thin, even coverage, you are ready to lay your first fiberglass cloth, making sure the cloth is completely wet through and all of the white colour is gone and it has now gone clear. You may need to layer on some more resin to wet it all out, but make sure you don't put too much resin or the cloth may float and destroy any point of doing the patch in the first place. Once all is on, brush out the cloth, going from the middle to the edges, removing any excess resin to once again avoid floating. Leaving the board to set for half an hour or as instructed by the Ocean and Earth repair kit instructions. Once set, you will be ready to remove all the tape. A razor blade is needed in order to cut out the tape from over your fin plug. Once all tape is removed, you will be able to begin sanding. Now making sure you go from the lowest, roughest grit, 80, and working through to your 120 and eventually finishing with your highest, finest grit being 320. This will ensure there are minimal marks left from your rougher grit papers and give you an extremely clean finish.